What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Bakersfield Gentlemen. I am Frankie here with my brother Miguel again at the Nest in Bakersfield, California. And today we're going to be taking a look at a extremely rare cigar that came out of the Kristoff camp, the Kristoff 685 Woodlawn cigar. It gets its name 685 Woodlawn because that was actually Glenn Case, the owner of Kristoff's, address for the first 21 years of his life.
That's a great story and all, but this cigar already has one big knock against it. It's a big strike right off the bat. Lawns are not made of wood, as you know already. Everyone out there knows they're made of grass. So I don't know what this company's thinking. False advertisement, 0 out of 10 cigar stars. Done. Review over, guys. We'll see you next time.
Fake news cigar?
Fake news cigar. I'm going to build a wall around the... No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't even go on anymore. I'm really looking forward to this. You brought up some... Go ahead. Keep going, because there's some other stuff you guys need to hear about this.
Sure. This cigar was meant to help you recall your childhood home. Backyard shenanigans, barbecues, firefly catching, tree climbing, which we grew up on the beach, so we didn't do any of that except for barbecues.
Not many fireflies in Ventura.
No.
In California, really.
We didn't do a whole lot of backyard shindigs, too. It was always either at the parks or the beaches.
And honestly, I don't remember many cigars there.
No.
My shenanigans when I was a kid did not involve many cigars. Maybe they should have. Let's have a poll in the comments. How many cigars did you smoke as a kid?
Yeah.
I know of a couple of our reps and other people in the industry did, growing up in that culture. Mm-hmm. So it's not uncommon. It really isn't, as you would think. It's just something that
we didn't do.
I think further west doesn't do.
Yeah.
It's like if you go to certain European countries, wine is a lot more acceptable all the time.
Italy, France.
Yeah. So it's not that crazy. So maybe he does have those shenanigans, and we're just not privy to them.
So this is a blend of Nicaraguan and Dominican and a mysteriously undisclosed filler leaves. So the entire blend isn't even available. And those lay inside of a Nicaraguan binder and an oily Brazilian wrapper. It's a medium to full body with peppery notes all the way throughout.
Yeah, it's a really faint smell, but it's there's some kind of spice, like a sweet spice.
Yeah, that's cinnamon.
That's the word. Cinnamon. What other sweet spice do I know of?
Yeah. That's definitely some cinnamon coming through.
That is nice.
I'm going to give this a cut.
I'm also going to need to borrow that, because the tip this time, guys, as you can see, very pointed. I don't want to go ahead and use my fingertip for that. Not going to work as well as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 65 or a 45 degree cut
on the dry draw. Definitely getting some cinnamon, kind of some nutmeg, and definitely some good tobacco and some wood in there.
Very open draw.
Oh, you cut yours a lot more than I did. Wow.
Yeah, I want to see if I can see a difference here. My little guy right here versus yours. Yeah, I feel like that's generous, my cut, yeah. It might have been a little excessive, but I feel it constitutes it. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, that cinnamon kind of comes right out at the beginning.
You know, my bands are super loose. I'm going to take those off now.
Me as well. I was feeling the same way. In fact, mine fell off. I put it back on just to make sure you could see it on. Because they are very nice, by the way, guys. They have this pattern where the cut of the band, the actual band shapes would fit into each other. I like that a lot. I like that red, gray, and gold accent to it. There's nice embossing on there. It says everything about an upscale band or a limited edition cigar. I feel like they did a really great job with that. Their bands are nice already. This one does feel like, hey, this is our limited once a year kind of cigar. Mm-hmm. You want to get your hands on this. And I like that. I appreciate that.
I absolutely agree. All right, guys, we'll get into the first third of these and get back to you in just a second.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so getting past this first third, not a whole lot of complexity going on just yet. Decent draw. It is a little restricted, but not a big issue. My burn line is just about razor sharp. Smoke output is decent. Ash is holding on pretty damn well, in my opinion. As far as flavors go, I wrote down on my little notepad here, a little bit of a sweet tobacco, nutmeg, and a cinnamon spice coming through. Those were the major components I tasted. There's definitely a wood in there as well. Just couldn't put my finger on whether it's more cedary or oaky. But as things as it develops, we'll find an answer to that. So, Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, they don't stick around very long. The finish is not there right now even. So it's not gonna last as far as flavors go for a long period of time. And they're pretty subtle. They're pretty subtle right now. But you are definitely right about the construction. It's doing very well. My burn line is pretty straight. Ash is holding on. In fact, I'm going to tap that right now because, yep, fell off in a perfect chunk there. No complaints. I just wish it was a little more full in strength. Or, excuse me, not strength, in flavor. A little stronger, the flavors. Strength is okay. It's definitely a medium, a little less. So if you're into something with a little lighter in strength, this will be up your alley. Just kind of wishing it would be a little more complex or a little more flavorful. The flavors I am getting, although very light, it would just be nice to see them ramp up. That's all. So nothing crazy to say about it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to the second third.
Yeah, I can totally agree with all that. All right, guys, we'll get into the second third and get back with you with those thoughts in just a second. All right, guys. So as we're getting into the last third. My ash actually held on this entire time since I began this cigar. I hadn't ashed it not once.
Very well.
And it was well over half the length of the cigar. I went to take one more draw before we started this segment, and it fell right in front of me. But it is a long ash.
Can you pick it up? Will it work? No, it's not. No,
it's a long ash, you guys. I mean, and I'm sad to say, but the quality of the ash is probably so far the best aspect of the cigar. It's got a fine draw, a good burn line, decent smoke output, but the flavors are really, really mellow for a fuller-bodied cigar that they're claiming it to be.
I'm not getting full body either.
Yeah, me neither. You know, the dominant note I'm getting is an oaky wood, and it's a fine flavor, don't get me wrong. But for this to be, you know, their limited edition Glen Case Signature Series cigar, it's kind of underwhelming.
That's exactly the word I would look for. I'm reminded of the time we got the Banker Rose Gold in.
Ingot Rose.
It was Ingot Rose, excuse me, in this beautiful case. It looked like a brick, and we were all excited for it. And then smoking it turned out to be a little bit of a letdown. Not that it was a bad cigar. Again, this isn't a bad cigar. It's just not up to the hype I was hoping for in my head. It might have been myself. I might have just been hyping up in my own mind. I was looking for my childhood shenanigans, and I'm getting more of my late teen shenanigans, where everything is disappointing.
Yeah, you know, the flavors are fine, you know. You're still getting that sweet tobacco in there. You're getting that nutmeg, that cinnamon spice, that oak wood. But these are flavors in cigars that I get all the time. So there's nothing unique I've found yet. I mean, maybe in the last third it'll transition to something fantastic. But I gotta say, it's been a basic cigar. Yeah.
And my wrapper, you can see it's breaking apart. But you know what? That happens. It's not like it's this cigar's fault. It's I think it was when given to us, it was a little disheveled. Is the word I'll look for right there. And honestly, it's not affecting the burn at all. So the construction is still great. That part's not let me down at all. And as I said before, I'm enjoying the flavors I'm getting. I just wish there was more of it. Yeah. Even if it wasn't super complex, it doesn't need to change a whole bunch. Just a little bit ramped up on the flavor level. The same thing, just more of. I'd be very happy if that was the case.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. So we'll get into to the last start of this, you guys, and see if we get any big transitions, any big surprises. But that's all we got so far. Back with you guys in just a second. All right, guys, so we finish these out, and I actually got to say, my ash fell off for no reason whatsoever, so I was kind of disappointed in that because the last ash held on very well.
It was holding on. But then it fell.
I got to say, the flavors were pretty muted. The finish did not last long at all. Wasn't a whole lot of complexity in the cigar, and I got to say, I'm really disappointed because this is supposed to be a Glen Case Signature Series cigar. I was expecting a whole lot more performance out of this cigar.
Yeah, I would honestly, I prefer the Sumatra. I think there's a Maduro out there that's really great, which we need to do a review on. And the Kristoff, all awesome stuff. I think this guy's more for the brand fan. Someone out there who like, oh man, I'm a big fan. I want to grab a box to have it on hand, just so I have that.
Yeah.
And that's still a good reason to grab it if you want. If you want that exclusivity, I get that. But as far as flavor profile, it's not hitting me in the right spots. Again, the flavors I got were nice, but like Frankie said, very muted.
And
not
you
a
can
lot.
find them in other cigars that are actually more readily available year round. So it is what it is. I'm glad we got a chance to try them. As I am with every cigar, whether we like it a lot or not. And if you guys have had this before, let us know your opinion on it. I'd really like to know whether it hit you in the right spots or not. Yeah. Other than that, it'll do it for us, you guys, in the Kristoff 685 Woodlawn. And we hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to check us out on the Bakersfield Gentlemen on YouTube and Facebook, and Bako Gent 661 on Instagram and Twitter. And we also have a Patreon if you guys would like to take a look at that. We have a lot of great stuff coming out next month for Patreon. And you guys will get a chance to be a part of that if you guys sign up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Have a good one, guys.